Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special Behind the Mod focused on ModOff, which is this modding competition that just happened. And it was about 5 days or 6 days that modders had to make a mod really quickly and compete. So there was a server. If in case you missed it, people voted. They could check out the mods. And today I am here with Gegi and Jurassic Alien, who are the creators of Wearables, which is the mod that won this competition. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi, so congratulations on winning ModOff. Wearables is a pretty cool mod. So for those who don't know, what is Wearables and where did you get the idea for it?
Well, wearables is it basically adds fancy customizable armor. So you can add multiple components to one item to create your own customized armor, and you can color it and position it, and yeah.
hmm it's a really simple idea, but I think people really latched onto it because of just how cool customization is in something like Minecraft, where normally the most you get is dying leather armor.
Yeah, and also I think something that was quite popular was the wings, which it advertised the mod quite a bit because everyone was using it to move around the world.
Oh yeah, and you also had the nice logo with the top hat and glasses
yeah.
or monocle. So how did exactly did you split the work? Like who did what with Wearables?
Well, I basically did all the models and the textures. Gigi did a few textures and like one model as well, but I did most of the models and most of the textures and such, and Gigi took care of all the coding and all the programming of the mod.
Like how you can like customize the colors and everything. So do you have like variants for each texture? How does it work with that system? Because I know a lot of the stuff you can wear is really customizable.
Well, some wearables have multiple texture layers. So the hat has one for like the line and the base texture for the whole thing, and you can just color them any color.
Huh. Yeah, and what I've noticed is I think I don't know, a lot of people were like surprised. They thought that Vosky would win because skillable and also is Vosky. But I think it was nice that your mod won because I think when it comes to the long term, it seems like it's the kind of mod that's really easy to like expand in the future because you can always add new models and wearable stuff to it.
Yeah.
So was the plan originally like did you intend to create a mod that was kind of like modular in that sense, like easy to kind of put stuff into?
Yeah, we did. But there's like the thing you said about us being able to expand the mod. We are going to do that, so that's great. And the thing we did actually think like we had already gotten the idea of making a mod that was pretty easy to use and was like a mod that was gonna make you able to do more stuff in Minecraft with your armor and with your player yourself. Like, for example, the wings and such, to make yourself be able to fly after killing the Ender Dragon. And just stuff like that. That was the thing we thought about right in the beginning of the whole competition.
Mm-hmm. And so, just to recap, how many days did you have to come up with that idea, to set things up before actually beginning work on the mod?
Well, we came up with the idea like just before we signed up, which was a few days after the sign up was released. And we decided on the idea and then just brainstormed from there.
Mm-hmm. And so during the development time, obviously it was like a time crunch. How hard do you find that?
It was a bit stressful at times, but we managed to get all the core features that we wanted in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's nice because it's like a simple idea that, but I imagine some stuff was kind of probably a little complicated, like just getting all the models to render nicely and all that nice customization code you have in there.
Yeah, well, once that base code was added, adding new wearables was pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things about ModOff that I found kind of neat was how every mod had its own booth to demo it. And Wearables booth was like pretty simple, but inspired with the mod, kind of cool. So it just let you essentially make your own wearable stuff. Gave you a ton of materials to do that. You could just try it out. How much of the time do you think you spent like designing the booth and how people would meet the mod?
The booth itself took us quite a long time to actually get done because we didn't like the roof of our building, so that took us quite a long time to get ready and stuff. And of course we had that huge top hat at the top of the booth, so that also took us quite a long time to get done and get made, so all the sides and such of the hat worked.
And what do you think was the most important part in getting your mod to win? What do you think was the most important factor in that?
Making it look cool. And the wings definitely did that. Like, the wings definitely helped us making this mod win. If I'm not actually sure if we would have won without the wings being there, because most people use the wings, and that advertised the mod quite a lot.
Yeah, the wings definitely are really cool. It kind of reminds me of like some mods like Draconic Evolution, how they have like the fancy models. It's like that, but you can wear it, which is really nice. And I wasn't actually aware that it gave you abilities. So the wings let you fly?
Yeah, the wings let you fly and such.
Huh. And so do you plan to like have more of kind of like DecoCraft, where you're gonna have updates over time and add more stuff to it, maybe more abilities, more items to wear?
Yeah, I think DecoCraft is definitely an inspiration for this mod, and we'll probably be doing something similar.
Yeah, and I imagine winning ModOff, probably like how did that feel? Once the results were in, that was yesterday, if I'm right, when we're recording this. How did that feel?
It felt pretty shocking. Like, I wasn't expecting to win, and it was kind of cool too. Like, the only reason why I was able to, like, I was on the server while the streaming went on, and when the results came out, I was on the server being able to be there, but that was just because of me being done with my exams for that day. Like, if it wasn't because of my exams, I would have been at school. So it was pretty awesome to be able to be there and experience it, like, live.
Yeah, and I think that was definitely the appeal of this event, because previously there was an effort, the modding trials, to revive this whole mod jam idea of making a mod in a limited amount of time. But there were some organizational issues with that throughout the end, I think, and problems with judging. And I think this event went a lot smoother. And what, in your experience, how do you think ModOff went overall, and what do you think are the steps that they could take to improve it for the future?
Well, I think it definitely it created a lot of amazing mods, which is one of the reasons I was so surprised that we had won, because out of all of these amazing, incredible creations people had worked so hard to make, the popular vote picked Wearables, which was just amazing. So that's really amazing that ModOff has managed to create so much amazing stuff in such a short amount of time and inspire people. Next time, I'm not sure.
Like as a contestant, was there any like problem? Like, was there anything you found particularly difficult, or like any issues, or were there any like nice surprises either? Like just things you found rather easy like to do.
Well, personally, we didn't. The only sort of hiccup we encountered was in our own team, whereas Alien had mysteriously vanished for a day, and that was a bit worrying. Wasn't sure where it was.
Oh, at the beginning, yeah. Was that because of exams?
Well, yeah, it was because of the exams, and I was kind of taking like a moped driving license at that point, so there was both that, and at that 1 week, like right when it started, I was at my summer house with my girlfriend, and so I wasn't really able to play and be on Skype and such.
Right. Yeah, it's really funny because like a lot of these game jam things, similar, are like all done in the same area. But when you're dealing with something like the modding community, you have people who are like all over. But I guess it's lucky because you guys happen to be in the same time zone, so at least you had that going for you.
Yeah, well, we've worked together before, so.
Did you find it like easier, do you think, because of the time zones? Because I'm pretty sure there were a lot of teams also in it that probably had to deal with, working shifts essentially.
Yeah, definitely. I think it did give us a bit of advantage because we did see some other people just you have to wait for the other person to come back. You're pretty dependent on the rest of the team to get it done in this short amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when it comes to use a team, I know like for those who haven't listened, Gegi is the lead developer or lead programmer on Jurassic Craft. And Jurassic Alien, I'm not quite sure. Were you involved in Jurassic Craft? Like, how did you guys get together to form a modding team?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I am in Jurassic Craft anymore, but I was the head modeler at some point. I might still be one of them, and I'm one of the heads of the mod. So, yeah, I'm pretty involved in that too.
Mm-hmm. And so did you find it kind of refreshing, like both of you, to get the chance to work on a new mod?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And was it like, I'm guessing, like, yeah, being able to, because, I don't know, I feel like that's got to be pretty freeing, especially with something like wearables, because you can literally make anything that someone can wear. Like, so you probably had a lot of fun, like, I'm guessing making the wings and top hats and all the stuff that people can put on.
Yeah, that was definitely a great experience.
And so how did you intend the mod to be used? Like it's clear there's a survival focus, like you have to craft several machines, in order to create the clothes and customize them. Did you intend it to be used on like servers so people could just show off, or like what was your intended use case for the mod when you were designing it?
I mean, we were designing it to be able to be used on a server because that was like one of the things you had to do to be a part of this competition.
Mm-hmm.
But it was both being able to be in survival and on a server, and of course we had to be able to use it in what is it called?
Survival.
Well, survival as well, yes, and what's the? I forgot what the.
Mode.
Yeah.
Adventure. Oh, right. So no breaking or placing blocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually an interesting way of getting around that, because I found, for those who don't know, there were 3 winners. So you guys were number 1, but Skillable by Vosky and Augmented Interactions also won 2nd and 3rd. And it's funny because those mods, when you think about it, they don't really lend themselves well to multiplayer in particular, whereas your mod really does. And I think that probably was one of the reasons it won. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it's for a competition like this. The type of mod you do is really important because it has to fit with the judging and voting system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what surprised me is how much it seemed like visuals and presentation impacted the voting. Because if you look at augmented interactions, that's kind of like all the mod is. It doesn't add content, it just animations. And then Skillable, it's made by Vosky, so it was pretty well presented. And obviously, Wearables, you had a lot of great models. The system was really nice. It's a good mod. Why do you think people care so much about visuals in a competition like this?
Well, the thing just has to look pretty cool. Like, if you don't see much of it, it's not really advertised as much. And things like Skillables, like, you weren't really able to see what was going on in the mod. The mod was more like something you would do when you saw it, but you would have to go to the booth to be able to see what was going on there. And then, like, in our mod, Wearables, people were flying around they were just using their wings, using our clothes, using the wearables all around the whole server. Mm-hmm. So people were able to see it, and a bunch of people would actually want to go to our booth just to get the wings and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, that's one of the things. Yeah, you could be like at another booth and you'd see someone wearing wings or something, and you'd be like, "Hey, what's that?" Like, probably pretty intriguing. Definitely. So where do you? something that it reminded me of when Wearables won is Hats by Aichon, which I think also won Mod Jam a few years ago, back when that was a thing. Was that another inspiration?
Yeah, that was something we thought about when designing the mod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's cool because like it's not just hats with wearables. You can literally do anything. You can have like flippers, on your feet, legs, chest, helmet, everything. Um, so do you think like was there any big drama during it? Like, like, uh-oh, I can't get this to work. Like, maybe we can't get this feature in. Like, I know you got most of what you wanted in, but were there any things that you couldn't quite get that you originally envisioned in the time frame of ModOff?
There were a
We had
few models that there were a few models that we didn't manage to get implemented, but other than that, because we'd written up a document of the core features we wanted to implement, we got everything on that done.
Awesome. So, I mean, I'm guessing you obviously plan to expand it with updates and stuff. Has it done pretty well with in terms of downloads ever since winning ModOff?
Um, it's pretty average with a lot of the other ModOff mods, because a lot of the downloads came from the mod pack with people joining the server.
Oh, true, right, because it's done through Curse. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be something that people will like to include in their packs. And one other aspect I see like with these customization mods that people really like, is if you're like a server owner or a streamer, people like to have like custom stuff for that. Do you ever plan to implement like a system so maybe a streamer can have their own custom wearable, or like or maybe even like a Patreon system where like people pay to have their stuff put in the general mod? Like, do you envision a plan like where people can put their own stuff in, or customize the mod further in that sense?
I don't think we've thought about that yet. At this point, we just added a few wearables that we thought would be cool, but it's something we should consider.
Yeah, because I think that's one of the coolest things that you can do in Minecraft is customize, and so it'd definitely be cool if you could like let people like make their own models. Because I remember I forget the name of this mod, but there's like a mod that lets you do a voxel kind of modeling thing in game, and then you can make that something you can wear. I don't know if it's still around, but it was like in an alpha in like 1.7 and 1.10. That's another thing that Wearables kind of reminded me of. But yeah, it's definitely a really cool mod, and I think it's well implemented and everything. So thank you for coming on, and thank you everyone for listening. If you didn't participate in ModOff, I think you can still see the closing ceremony and all that stuff on their channel, so I'll link that. Yeah, so thanks for listening to this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Congratulations again to winning ModOff, Gegi and Jurassic Alien. See you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.